Hi, my name is Freddy Christensen. I'm a technical evangelist on the Microsoft Dynamics NAV team. I'm here to talk about load balancing the web client with a redirect site. At the end of this video, we're going to understand the traffic flow going from the user's computer, the Internet Explorer or the browser on that computer, to the web client. And specifically when the web client is installed on a number of servers in a NAV service behind a load balancer, meaning load balancing the traffic between a number of computers in that service. This is our setup. So we have two NAV servers running behind inside a cloud service. We have one port which is load balanced between server 1 and server 2. The Azure load balancer uses round robin, so it's going to select server 1 and then server 2 and then server 1 and then server 2. And then we have two ports which is using port forwarding. 44301 is port forwarded to server 1 and 44302 to server 2. The web client on these computers is actually installed on 44301 or 44302 respectively when it's server 2. So if you connect directly to that port, you're going to get the web client on server 1 or server 2. But of course the URL that we want to give to our customers is a URL that is going to select one of the servers depending on which one is most busy or has the most connections. So if we have three computers here or three users, and the first one connects of course to the URL that we've given out, which is https myservice.navdemo.net, then the load balancer here is going to select server number 1. And server, in this case, it's going to hit what we call a redirect site. The redirect site on this one is just going to do nothing but redirect the user to a specific address, which in this case is the actual port of the web client and the actual address of the web client. And of course, the user is going to connect to that one, myservice1.navdemo.net:44301, and then connect directly to server number 1. And now the communication going from that computer is now going to go directly to that port from now on. When server number 2 or when user number 2 is connecting to the same URL as user number 1, he's going to be redirected, or the load balancer is going to select server number 2, and server number 2 is going to redirect him to a different address. So the redirect site on server number 1 is going to redirect him to myservice1.navdemo.net:44301. And the redirect site on server number 2 is going to always redirect to myservice2.navdemo.net:44302. So this user is now going to connect to the other one, getting the web client on server number 2, and the communication from his computer now flows directly to server number 2. When a third client or third user is connecting to the same URL, the load balancer again selects server number 1, which, as we talked about before, redirects you to myservice1.navdemo.net:44301, and of course the communication from now on flows directly to server number 1 from this computer. Having established the connection the first time, being redirected to the actual ports, from now on the communication will flow directly to the actual web client port, and in this way the users will have a sticky connection to a web client on a server and is now able to actually run the web client. Okay, so what you've seen here is how the traffic actually flows from the user's computer to the web client when using a redirect site. Thanks.